on trading using Python, or you want to trade using algorithm, especially using code on Polymarket, here is a simple structure that I've designed. It's so simple such that you can just copy or screenshot it, then you can just execute as it is. Let me just explain a bit, then maybe I can show you how to do them stepwise. So let's start from here. So once you at the beginning of the Polymarket bot or the entry, let's say the entry, you need now to fetch these time frames. For these time frames, once you have these time frames computed, you need to fetch the Gamma API. Once you have this Gamma API, it will give you something we call tokens. Especially on 15 minutes market for Polymarket, it has two tokens, which is either up or down. So you have two tokens for up token and now the down token. So you will use these tokens to call the club API for you to fetch the order book. Once you have the order book, you can find the bot asks and bids, which you will definitely get that. Now, where this comes, let's just explain. We can take an exchange. For us, you can either use the resolution whereby Binance uses Chainlink for the 15 minutes market. But for us, I don't want us to focus on using Binance as an illustration for this, but it doesn't make any change regardless. So once you fetch Binance data, I will show you how to fetch Binance data. You can just make some analysis on Binance data, which is easier to make analysis. You can use like Pandas TA Classic. It has a lot of computed indicators that you can just use them directly to make a decision. Now, on the decision part, this is whereby it's quite critical. Let's say you have a data which is showing an OHL CFA. It's like open, high, low volume data from Binance. Once you analyze either by using maybe a 1 minute or even seconds, like you compute, or even like you can just analyze the order book for Binance, since like the biggest exchange. So it might be affecting the let's say the volume or the pricing of this, of the price of Bitcoin or price of XRP or even Solana or other assets that are in Polymarket. Now that you have this your analysis correctly, you have also the Globe API providing you with the order book. You now make your decision. Most of your decision comes from both of these. Most of the times you can get maybe a yes token pricing at 65 cents. And your analysis show you that our confidence is maybe 80%. If like you combine that, mostly let's say down tokens is like 85. So you now pick maybe your decision by buying down tokens. But most of the times you don't need like once you have it has to be agreeing for you to make a decision. For your decision, you need to understand if it's up or down. It shouldn't be conflicting. Maybe here is like giving you an analysis of like 40%. Here is giving you an analysis maybe you can see maybe this one is priced at like 70%, maybe like it is priced up tokens is like at 840 cents, but here is showing you like that's an 80% confidence for up. It will be conflicting, but you can, the way you understand, maybe I've like made it that for you to understand. But both sides, if like Binance is saying, your analysis is saying that the price of BTC is going up, and the up token or the up token for years is showing you a bigger confidence, or it's pricing higher than the down tokens, then it might be like complementing each other. So you can either buy up or down, but this is purely like my own analysis, but you need to like be sure of what you are doing before you execute that. Now, since you have this, let's now navigate to something simple. Let's just go to, maybe I'll show you the code itself, then I can explain each step. Sorry, let's go to the next one. Thing here for, okay, good. So since we have this code here, we are importing this is, let me explain, this is like getting the time frame like I explained in the previous one. So for you to get the time frame, you need like to use Gamma API. But first, before you write the Gamma API, you like write those like that. Then your assets, we have like BTC, Ethereum, Sol, and XRP. Then now you need to get the epoch, which is quite understandable. You can just copy everything if you want. I will just move slowly, or you can just reduce the speed. Then now this is the logic or the function for you to fetch the markets, to like discover the markets. You can see it's quite easy. I've showed in my last videos. Then if there is an error, it's an except, it will show you. Then it will get for all these assets. So let me move quickly maybe to the next one, so that we cannot make this video so big. Let's move to the next file, but I explained both. Now that you have that one, let's just move to, let's move to Binance. So for Binance, it is just an API that you can just use this like an host. Then for the previous, like when I was explaining, I was just I wanted to use 1 minute candles, especially for me to get that good outlook of this. Then I'm just getting like 100 candles. So you need to have this time frame, which is open high low close volume. But for us, what we need, I just computed something simple. I didn't like go that so this one is like cleaning the data, converting them into like a cleanup data. Now once we have that clean data, we just move to the next function, whereby we use our Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands is like we are using to calculate the volume using the standard deviation. So you can see our upper band is like used. For me, I didn't use the Pandas TA Classic. I just used NumPy to like make calculations in a mathematical format, which is also easy, so long as you understand what you are doing. Once you have this function for Bollinger Bands, I had also to create an RSI one, whereby it will be showing me if it's overbought or underbought. So you can see how I computed the RSI. Then I also added the SMA. You can see all this. I just analyzed all the tokens. Here is how you have the symbols for Binance. You don't just write in small letters, you just need to write BTC USDT as it is. Now, if these results are computed, it will just keep looping. This one is a loop. It will keep looping for this so that you can just call this function later in the next file. Let me show you that file. Sorry. Now that we have the last maybe file, this one is like the execution file. Let me explain. So what we are going to do is like you need to study the client for Python for you to understand. Then you need to make the imports, which is understandable. Then you need to import the Binance analyze from Binance. You need to import the analyze import function that we have discussed earlier. Then we need to discover the markets from Polymarket, which is the markets file. Now after that you need to import this one, but this one, ignore this one for now, then I'll explain. Once you have that, let's say now you need to analyze the trend. So it's quite easy if like you follow this one. It's like 70 30. You need to analyze RSI. You need to understand the RSI for overbought and undersold, oversold. Sorry. Then just need to compute like that. Then now you get the token for the side for you to like have a strong feeling. Which one are you going for? Either yes token or no token. Now that you have that, you need to implement this one for like placing an order. You can either place a limit order or you can place something we call fill or kill. This is whereby you can just uncomment this for you to like make a buy, but let me explain first. So for fill or kill, this is like you are just buying directly as the person who is like executing the order directly from Polymarket using the interface without like placing a limit buy. But for us, since you have just used the limit order, you will remember earlier we talked about ignoring these figures, which is like limit price and order size. Most of the times, order size should be like above $1, and you can just buy at this limit price, maybe 65%. That's like a 65% chance of going up or 65% of like being bearish. So you need to compare this one with the Binance data for you to have maybe a good entry. Now that you have understood like how to place a limit order, once you have this, you can just place a limit order or you can just create this one. Then for you to have like a good price, because the order book keeps moving so fast, so sometimes if you get to like buy at this price, you might not get the best price that you are buying at. Maybe like you want to buy at 65, maybe like the other book is like buying maybe at a higher price, let's say at 70 or 80, which will kill your profits, and sometimes you may enter something we call like break even. Then something I omitted something we call, this one is pretty easy, like if you understand everything, it's a main loop. Something I omitted is something called stop loss. Why should you like implement a stop loss in your, maybe like if you have like big amount you are running, you need to implement something we call stop loss. Stop loss is quite easy to implement. Once you can just use either maybe a fill or kill, or you can just use something we call limit order. You can just now sell that token at that limit order by selling. So you at the top here you need to import some from Polymarket. You need to import sell, buy, then comma sell. Then you can just like change some few things. Let me make it okay. Yeah, you can now, like, once you have that one, you can just side maybe like now sell. So side, you can change this one to sell. Then it will just if it not filled, you can cancel because it's called good till cancel. Then I think that's it for like this video. I'm not going to explain a lot. Maybe you can just like check out this. Then maybe you can design your own Polymarket bots, make your own decisions based on this. This chat is so simple. So long as you understood the logic, you can make any execution that you want. Maybe in the next videos we can make a Polymarket bot for all users. But I was thinking, what if like you make something quite interactive for people like to make the analysis, but it's something that we can just think about it, then we can come up maybe to, we can just like make something understandable. We can make our analysis, and maybe you can use that analysis to like execute them manually if like you don't want the bots. I will do that then maybe. But for the code, it's so sufficient if you understand everything. But if you're like you want to be helped in building this Polymarket bots, I'm quite available. You can just reach me out using my handle. Then on X, then I will just help you. One more thing, you need, like, this one is a risk market actually, so you need to make correct decisions before you like execute an order. Sometimes you might lose, sometimes you might win, but in most cases you need to ensure that you are on the winning edge. You don't need something that you are breaking even or you are like losing money. You need to be making money if possible. Thank you. Have a good day.